Hello everybody, welcome back to the VGC stream. Maybe you recognize him. Alongside me today we got Lee Provost, also known as Osiris. He's a very well-known international Pokémon player. He ended up in Top Cut last year at World Championships. I'm very proud he wants to commentate with me. We are going to see the match Barish Akshos, also known as Billa versus Matteo Cini. Both are very well-known players. I think you have at least battled both once, I guess.
Yeah, on a couple of occasions. So, hi everyone, nice to be on stream, and it's just a massive honor, really, to be just commentating on
Honor
such a.
for me as well.
Oh yeah, always, yeah, definitely. Such a prestigious match. It's just these two are like two of the best players in Europe, and it's going to be such a high skill level game. So it's going to be good, great for the stream, and. Yeah, so let's get into it. We've got Billa, who attended Worlds last year and the year before. So he's 2 times Worlds attendant. And we have Matteo Cini, who I don't think qualified for Worlds last year.
I haven't seen him, at least.
No, I think he didn't get his qualification last year, but 2 years before that. And obviously he was the finalist in 2011.
We all know the Genies.
Yeah, the Genie brothers are always strong. So it's going to be a really great match. So, yeah. Get into it.
I'm really looking forward, yeah. I battled the team Billa is using at the Arena Cup in Salzburg, and I really got destroyed by his team. He's playing it pretty safely. We're going to show it in a couple of seconds, both teams, and I guess we are seeing the team preview already.
Oh, wow. It's
just
waiting on that coming
through. We're just waiting on it until it is settled up. Here we go.
Sorry about this, guys. Here we go. So we've got Matteo's team. We've got Heatran, Sylveon, Charizard, Greninja, Kangaskhan, and Landorus T. So there's possibilities there. We've got 2 Mega Pokemon in the Kangaskhan and the Charizard. More likely Charizard Y with the Heatran. Scoff Landorus, maybe Assault Vest. The Greninja is quite threatening.
I've seen Sash Landorus T as well already on the screen.
Yeah, wow.
A lot of items.
Yeah, so it's... Do we have Billa's team?
I can tell it out of my head. Billa's team is a Suicune, it's a Kangaskhan, it's a Rotom Heat, it's a Aegislash, it's a Landorus Therian, and a Breloom. Wow. So we got... I'm going to write it down for Lee.
Yeah, so just straight away, we've got Billa with the Rotom H. That's going to be threatening pretty much a lot of Matty's team, especially the Sun side of things. So, all right, we're going into it now anyway, so we don't need that. Sorry, I was just going to say, I think a lot of these matches come down to leading right against your opponent, especially this metagame. So, let's see, we've got Billa with the Landorus and the Rotom H, and Matty with the Charizard and his Landorus T. And we see there that Billa's Landorus Intimidate activated first, so that kind of indicates that maybe he's running a faster Landorus, maybe Jolly, or maybe Matty isn't running Scarf, so...
Or he just won the speed type, but we don't know yet.
Yeah.
In my eyes, it's a good lead matchup for Billa right now. Yeah, threatening.
Yeah, you've got the Rotom threatening, the Charizard, the Will-O-Wisp onto the Landorus. The Rock Slide from either Landorus isn't going to be KOing on anything, so I don't know. The smart move might be to the Charizard. Doesn't want to stay in to take a Rock Slide and a T-Bolt off Billa, so I think that's going to have to protect a switch. So it's an obvious play, so it's going to be interesting to see what Matteo does here. Charizard does protect.
Without Mega Evolution, is there any possibility why he did that, Lee?
Well, I don't know if Barris is
overheating the expected overheat and the Landorus T slot.
Yeah, if that happens, then the Landorus T is going down. So the Matty's Landorus U-turns out. What's he going to bring in here?
And
I suspect, well, a Will-O-Wisp maybe going onto that slot. It would make sense, but we'll see. T-Bolt, yeah, So Billa's read that switch perfectly. Great play by Billa. So brilliant play. So we've got the Charizard still threatened now. So it's going to take a Rock Slide, which Billa's locked into. And a T-Bolt threatening onto that slot. I think Matty could bring in his Landorus T pretty safely in this point. Or he could just Mega Evolve and freely Heat Wave with his Heatran. It's not threatened by the Earthquake. Billa really needs to get his Landorus T out of there, to be honest, so he can bring it back in because he's locked in. Locked into that Rock Slide. So,
but he already got some chip damage on that Heatran that may be significant later on in the match if Billa is going to fire off any attack into that Heatran later on with that Landorus. Maybe a superpower, maybe an Earthquake, but that Thunderbolt was really, really huge to get on that slot.
Yeah, well, the superpower, it's in superpower range now. So, I mean, yeah, Matty needs to be careful with that. And he's just he's going to take. Let's see the flinch. Is there any chance? Oh, Charizard gets the overheat, and that's going on to the Landorus. And that's going down, yeah. But still, the Heatran and the Charizard aren't threatening that Rotom Heat at all. And they've just powered it up in the sun, so it can just sit there and just do what it wants.
Here we see the flinch. And
the flinch.
Billa expected a switch, that's why he used the Will-O-Wisp into the Charizard slot it was, I guess,
Oh, now Khan comes out. So Barris is in such a good position now.
Yeah, that's what you have to watch out for. He lost a Pokemon, but he brought himself into a good position on the field. That's what high-level play is really for. You have to watch out what to do. Maybe make a Pokemon on your own feint to get one out safely is sometimes a really good play, and that's what he did to bring out that Kangaskhan.
Yeah, and I mean now the Heatran's in low kick range, the Charizard's -2, so that's not going to be doing much. I think the player here, if Billa can read it, that Charizard's going to switch out, and maybe a Will-O-Wisp into that slot will be a really good player to catch the Landorus on the switch-in. But no, Matty's not switching, so he's staying in.
He may predicted that.
Let's see what we've got. The Heatran Protect. Yeah, straight into the Protect, and Charizard going for another overheat onto the Kangaskhan. It's not going to KO, but does a good chunk of damage. And that was a good play. Good play by Matteo. Just read through and just made the simple play, really. But still, he's in the same situation as he was last turn.
And Kangaskhan is faster now, this turn.
Yeah.
He may have been worried about being faster or not than Charizard before the Mega Evolution. But Mega Kang gets a speed boost once it Mega Evolved, which can make it faster than a Charizard Y. Depends on how much you invest in your speed.
Do we know if do we know we haven't been really any indications to see if Matty's running timid or modest Charizard yet, so there may be a speed tie. So Billa withdraws a Heatran here, brings in the Landorus. And getting the Intimidate, so that Kangaskhan's on -1 now. Low kick into the Landorus.
This was again a pretty safe play from Billa's side because he had the upper hand on the... Oh, here we go.
Just keep on overheating. Oof. Another Charizard sitting on, is that -6 now? -4?
-4 right now.
So this Kangaskhan is in a really bad situation now. I mean, if Matty is running Scarf Landorus, it's going to chip it off with Rock Slide, and the Rotom's not really in a position to want to take Rock Slide damage. His Charizard is it's another one that needs to switch out. Really, it can't really do anything on the field now. Yeah, Matty switches out. So.
And Billa already lost his Landorus Terrian. He can't shuffle Intimidate onto that opposing Landorus. He can't Earthquake.
Oh, but the Kangaskhan's faster than the Landorus, so Matty's not running Scarf. Oh, so close. And that's a Kangaskhan down.
That's a good information for Billa for the second and third match, that this Landorus is not Scarfed, and you can assume a couple of items. Like there could be assault vest, there could be sash, there could be lumberry.
Yeah.
And here we see the citrus berry kicking in.
And it's good information for Matty with the citrus there. Because Matty...
Oh, and we see a critical hit almost taking down that Heatran.
We'll say Barris's last Pokemon, so Aggie Slash. Remember that Matty still has that Charizard in the back, so... The Heatran and the Charizard threatening the Aggie Slash. But the Rotom Heat still can do a job here.
Oh, we see the Ag Slash. Would you have expected Billa to bring that Ag Slash to the against the Sun team and Landorus?
I mean, against 4 of Matty's Pokemon, Aggie Slash has a great matchup, but then it's threatened so hard by Charizard Y and the Heatran that it does put you off bringing it slightly. But I guess Billa has the Rotom H, which really handles Heatran and Charizard well, and he's got intimidated support on top of that, so in a way it makes sense, and especially if he's got Wide Guard as well.
Wide Guard would be a good move against Rock Slide and Heat Wave.
So here we go. You're getting another Rock Slide onto that Rotom. Doing big damage. Oh, and the flinch.
And the flinch. And Matteo predicted a Wide Guard. That's why he went for Earth Power into that Aegislash slot.
We haven't seen Billa reveal the Wide Guard yet. But he's in such a bad position now. I mean, Matty can just sit and
chip away health from
Rotom. I mean, the Rock Slide's going to take down the Rotom next turn, and Heat Wave or Earth Power into the Aggie Slash.
And we've seen that.
Oh, so right, we've got the Wide Guard now. So
and super power right into the Rotom.
And Matty reads that Wide Guard straight off. So that's a great play by him.
Oh yeah.
And let's see if this is going to be another Earth Power. Heat Wave. Okay.
Well, now Matteo is in the lead. He's going to win this game. Matteo is going to...
Oh, and Barris, it looks like, is going to forfeit, maybe, is it?
I guess so. That's a good move to not show any more moves, right?
Yeah, but I mean, he's revealed the Wide Guard now. But that Charizard overheat, he just needs to bring it in, and it's game. So, yeah, Matty takes the first game. From what didn't appear to be quite as easy, he kind of 4-0. So, now 4-1. But, yeah, I think Barris got quite a nice amount of information now going into game 2. So, I think the information he's got, I mean, not having Scarf Landorus, we still don't know the item on it, though. So, I mean, but we know that the Kangaskhan outspeeds it, so that's a big thing.
But we know that the Charizard is actually faster than the Kangaskhan we have seen.
Then Billa's Kangaskhan?
Right.
Before it Mega Evolves, it would be faster, because obviously Kangaskhan gets the speed boost.
Am I really... Anyhow.
So
we are going right into the second match. Lee, what are you going to expect from Matteo to lead with?
Well, I think if you expect Billa to lead the Rotom Heat again, because it did a lot of work in that last match. I wonder what the Greninja's bringing. The thing is with the Greninja, though, it's threatened by pretty much nearly everything on Billa's team, but it's one of those Mons where, you know, it's got a massive, really diverse move pool, so it really depends on the set. I mean, it could be good against Billa's team. I mean, if it's got Scald, it's going to threaten the Rotom Heat.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to threaten the Landorus. I presume it's got Ice Beam, but it's not going to outspeed it. But, I mean, Matteo's got the Intimidate support to kind of help that. But I don't know. I think he really needs to... it's difficult, really. I think
tough matchup.
Yeah. I think on paper it looks like Billa has the better team matchup. But Matty just played that last game. Just
really good.
Yeah,
Billa
really
brought
well.
himself into a good position, like it was turn 3 or something, where he brought in the Kangaskhan for free. Well, at least not for free. He had to fodder the Landorus, but he brought in the Kangaskhan healthy, which is a really good key to success versus Matteo's team. But maybe he's trying to put it in a better position this match to show the... Oh, and we see the Greninja actually.
He brings the Greninja.
And the Landorus coming in.
So I think that the key thing for Billa is to kind of preserve that Landorus. He needs that Landorus for the Charizard and the Heatran. But that's nice. He gets the Intimidate off on Matteo's Kangaskhan. So...
Well, that's a good team. Matteo got the Heatran plus Charizard, and most Landorus are using a Choice Scarf. So you either lock yourself into a Rock Slide,
taking one out,
or you lock yourself into Earthquake, which doesn't do any damage at all to Charizard. So that's maybe a good team composition from Matteo's side.
Yeah, and that has been picking up momentum in the meta game, that combination, the past month or so. So it's not surprising to see it kind of in top 8 here. And
I'm really interested.
Is this going to be a speed tie with the Kangaskhan fake out, or I wonder if they're running in a focus. Oh, so the Greninja switches out here, threatened by the U-turn. Matteo brings in his Landorus, getting the Intimidate on Billa's Kangaskhan. So we still haven't seen anything from Matty's Kangaskhan. So Matty's Kangaskhan Mega Evolves first. So I'm presuming that's Jolly.
Yeah.
So they're both running max speed Kangaskhan.
And here we see Billa does not Mega Evolve, assuming...
Oh, wow. Billa goes
it's in a focus,
super
right?
Yeah. And Matty goes for the low kick on the Kang, but the intimidated low kick isn't going to do much. So it was kind of equal that turn, trade for trade there. Except the Landorus now is locked into the superpower. It is threatening the Kangaskhan because it's the fastest thing on the field.
Yeah.
Will KO. And that Landorus, Matty's Landorus, looks like it's in double edge range. From the damage it did in game 1.
The Kangaskhan is
it could be a roll.
Intimidated, right?
Yeah, both Kangaskhan are on -1, but the last game, Billa double-edged into the Landorus, which revealed it wasn't scarfed. Might be a roll, so...
But it might also be in Sucker Punch range for the opposing Kangaskhan, right?
That's true, yeah. So it'll be interesting to see if Matty's running Sucker Punch or not, but it is definite possibility. So Matty
here we go.
Switches out his Kangaskhan to the Heatran. That's kind of risky because that's going to take a superpower if Billa stays in.
Both players don't want to risk to lose their Kangaskhan. Both standing in their steel types.
The superpower.
And Billa is really going for the superpower.
And some nice chip damage there onto the Heatran. And great switch by Billa.
Same plays by both players. We have seen the Landorus superpowering into the steel types. Unluckily for Matteo, Aegislash is a ghost type as well. Therefore, superpower can't hit it for any damage at all. And now we are seeing Billa in a pretty good position right now. It can save the Landorus from a heat wave. We have seen Earth Power on the Heatran, so it won't have Flash Cannon, I guess. Substitute is a pretty common move on Heatran. Yeah,
I mean, I'd expect Billa to switch out the Landorus T now. I mean, now's probably a good time to bring in the Rotom H. Oh no, he's just going to keep it in. And superpower. And this might be enough to stop if Matty has substitute. Stop him getting the sub up, which is a great play. Chipping down the
and to make it faint with Thunderbolt later on.
Yeah.
Rotom.
So Matty turns out and see what brings in Charizard, I would imagine, maybe. If he's bought it this time.
They don't play on time. We still got over 10 minutes and 4 Pokemon left on both sides.
Oh no, he hasn't bought the Charizard. He's got the Greninja, sorry, hasn't he?
He got the Kangaskhan.
Kangaskhan or Greninja, yeah.
He got the Kangaskhan as Mega.
Yeah. Ignore me, people.
No. We are both pretty excited who is going to move on to the top 4.
I mean, the Greninja's a good switch in here because if it has got Dark Pulse, it's going to threaten. So we see the Heatran, Heat Wave. Just picking up a bit of chip damage on the Landorus. The Landorus is threatened by the Fake Out here, and another Heat Wave will take it out. So, I don't know, I think you need to get the Landorus out of there now and preserve it for the Intimidates later on, and just having the speed jump really on Matteo's Landorus, and the Greninja as well, because the Greninja's sitting in the back. And it's base 122 speed, so that's going to outspeed everything if that Landorus goes down. So the Greninja's going to be able to just pick things off if they are low enough health.
We got very nice Twitch commentaries right there. You are all guessing which moves are coming, and I see Land of Faints to a Caterpie now. Yeah, it's pretty low at health, and he's going to take out the Heatran.
And no Fake Out from the Kang.
No Fake Out. But he revealed it already, didn't he? Oh,
wow.
He straight goes into the double edge and takes out the Landorus. So Landorus just takes out Heatran before going down itself.
Okay, so imagine the Greninja to come in here now, and
we don't know any move yet from the Greninja. It may have a water type move. It may have even something like Rock Slide to threaten the Rotom.
Yeah.
We have seen a lot of Rock Slides on stream already, flinching a lot. It may have potentially Ice Beam or even some poison move like Gunk Shot. It may have Low Kick to threaten a Kangaskhan. That's pretty hard to tell, but anyhow, we see Landorus Therian first, intimidating the Kangaskhan on Billa's side.
Kang's really threatened by both of Matteo's Pokemon here. I know it can Fake Out, but if it doesn't Fake Out the other one, whichever one he doesn't Fake Out is going to KO it. So he's in a bit of a situation here where, I don't know, I think maybe a switch into the Aggie would be a good play if that was me personally.
Yeah.
Because if it's either going to be a double edge. I mean, a Rock Slide may come, and he can protect the Rotom here from a Rock Slide, and he's got the Wide Guard. I mean, Aggie and Rotom Heat is a good matchup against the Lando and the Kang here. But
it threatens with Burn.
Yeah, I think you need to preserve that Kang and the Fake Out for that Greninja, because like we say, we don't know what moves it's got, so.
And we know Greninja is a super fast Pokemon, faster than anything Billa got outside of potentially the Trace Scarf.
Matty reveals the Protect on his Kangaskhan.
Oh, whoa, that's pretty unusual.
Oh, and Billa sees through it and Fake Out to the Landorus. Great play there.
And we are assuming he doubles up.
Has he doubled? Oh, he has, wow. Great play by Billa. And that Landorus is dead weight now. That's just going to sit there and take burn damage.
Okay, Billa brought himself again into a really good position by reading that Protect or reading that Kangaskhan is going to switch out in fear of the Fake Out and doubled up into that Landorus, which is now going down in a few turns and can't do that much damage because when you burned, your attack stat is halved. And
yeah, I think it's -4 it drops to, I think, maybe. But yeah, you're not doing any damage physically anymore, and you're just taking that, is it an 1/8 of damage every turn?
No, he can just try to Rock Slide everything and try to get potential flinches out of it.
Yeah, that makes sense. And you've got,
Oh, and we see the Low Kick taking out the Kangaskhan from Matteo, and
so
Billa is in a really good position right now.
Wins a speed tie there, and the Landorus, Rock Sliding. It's going to get a nice bit of chip damage onto the Kangaskhan. I mean, it's in a position now where the Greninja can come in, but I think the match is too far gone for Matteo to come back.
Depends on the move. If you see Greninja and maybe it uses a move like Rock Slide and having 2 Rock Slides on the field.
Rock Slide for the win.
Where's the Rock Slide? There's a way. We have seen it on stream already. Last matches turned around by Pokemon not moving due to a flinch. That sometimes is really crucial. I guess you know it. You played a lot of Pokemon.
Yeah. This season, Rock Slide is the play. And yeah, if he does have Rock Slide, he can double Rock Slide, get the flinches. But I mean, even then, he's still the Landorus is going to go down in 2 turns, and he's got the Aegislash in the back, and the Aegislash. It depends. If the Greninja has Dark Pulse, that can flinch as well.
Yeah.
So it really depends all on this Greninja set, and I guess we're going to find out now what it's carrying. So Khan goes for the Sucker Punch.
Oh, he doesn't want to get flinched anymore. Yeah. That's why he targets the Landorus.
And that's 3-on-1, and
now it's pretty tough for...
Gunk Shot.
We see a Gunk Shot from Greninja, and its ability activates Protein that makes Greninja the same type the attack move has. So Greninja is now a Poison-type Pokemon, and he targeted the Aegislash, doing no damage because Aegislash is a Steel type.
Yeah, that was a great play by Bella there. So it kind of indicates as well that this Greninja may be a more physical set than special, which is the more common.
Oh, and we see the Ice Beam.
And I just eat my words.
Matteo is showing a lot of information still, and he's down to 1 Pokemon.
Yeah, I think he's given away, and the Life Orb.
And the Life Orb. He's showing a lot of... Oh, and Billa is showing the Substitute. They are both still fighting for this match. Nobody is sure who has won, but now it's pretty much game, I guess, because the Aegislash set up a Substitute, and Greninja should not break it with that Ice Beam.
Unless it's got Dark Pulse, it's not really going to threaten it. I mean, Scald here will break the sub, threatens the Rotom H, but I think Burr's got too much, and this Greninja's going to faint quite soon, I think.
We're going to move on into a 3rd match that indicates how good both players are. Both are well-known players.
I think Billa adjusted so well in this match.
He got really good information out of game 1, seeing the speed of Landorus not being scarfed, for example, seeing the speed of Charizard, seeing Heatran not being a scarf version, for example, which could possibly be once you show your Landorus is no scarf.
Yeah. Maybe Assault Vest. So, and I think the Greninja's not showing Scald here, so I wonder if it even has Scald, which would be interesting. We just see the Shadow Ball coming on to Greninja.
Okay, and that's it because of the Life Orb Greninja wears.
Yeah, one more attack and that's going down, so...
I wonder if Matteo is still going to show some information here. Or if they are going to shake hands outside. Oh, and he still shows the last remaining move. Whoa, that is... In a best of 3, you try to avoid showing everything you got, especially when you realize you lost 1 game, you try to avoid showing every hidden move you got on your Pokemon. Yeah. I don't know. Matteo is maybe doing a favor for Billa to show him all of his moves in the Greninja.
Yeah, and in another way as well, it could be a smart thing for Matty to show that, because now Billa, it's in his mind that he knows that Greninja's got the low kick. And will he play on that? Because will Billa play differently if he leads the Greninja and
he's
the
playing tricks with
so Billa it kind of, both times, but it's good to know it at the same time, but another time it's, what's he going to do? But we know now we don't know the 4th slot. Do we see it protect? So we know Gunk Shot, Ice Beam, Low Kick. So it's still got... I would imagine it has Protect, but it's got the Life Orb, so Protect would make more sense. It hasn't got the Sash. So
and we jump right into the 3rd game. I'm pretty hyped right now because, Billa is a pretty good friend. He's the local German here. I guess the crowd outside, there are a lot of Italian people watching the stream and a lot of Italian people out there cheering for Matteo and a lot of German guys cheering for Billa. So the crowd is really hyped out there. I'm really looking forward. Who is advancing to top 4?
Yeah, wow, it's going to be great because both guys are absolutely great guys and such good players. I mean, Barris is such a consistent player as well. I mean, top cut last year, every European Nationals, made it to Worlds, had a really good run at Worlds the year before. And he's just doing it again. And he's just it just seems he's just got the knack of just picking the meta game, getting the team, and just being such a consistent player. And it's also nice to see as well Matteo just back in top cut, because he didn't have the best of seasons last year, whether that been down to luck, a different meta game, or whatever. But it's nice to see him back here. And either player advancing on to the next round would be great.
Both players deserve it.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be interesting to see how both players adjust here, because this is the clinching match.
Oh yeah. Are you going? Would you bet on a Charizard or Kangaskhan on Matteo's side?
I'd bring the Charizard. The Charizard had more success game one, and it's got the potential to just nuke the Kangaskhan and take that out in one hit.
Oh yeah.
With the overheat, so it threatens the Kangaskhan.
Oh, and here we see the Greninja. So Matteo really played tricks with Billa. He may really have planned.
Yeah.
I'll show you my moves, and you have to be scared of every single move I got.
Yeah, and that Greninja, I don't think the U-turn from Billa's Landorus can take that out. But Matty's Landorus is threatening the Kang with the superpower if he doesn't fake that out. And then you've got the low kick. They're both intimidated, so the Kang's, it's going to take a good amount of damage, but it's not going to go down to either attack. But I mean, you kind of want to keep your Kang as healthy as possible, especially when you're using double edge. So I don't know, potential switch here, or
this comes really down to prediction. It's really hard. Billa really is able to fake out one of the Pokemon. Oh, and we see the turn right here.
So Matty takes out his Landorus T, brings in the Heatran.
Predicted maybe a fighting attack right into that slot.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. And here we go, Kangaskhan Mega Evolution. Oh, and Greninja got protect.
So yeah, we've got the set now. And the U-turn into the Heatran, which is going to help Billa improve his board situation now, and it gets it out of being threatened by the Greninja, because that Ice Beam will take it down in one shot.
And that is good, because U-turn is not a switch. You see who switches first, and then you can react with your U-turn.
Yeah.
That is pretty huge.
Oh,
and he dropped Reloom.
Wow. And double edge straight into the Heatran. And it's doing an alright amount of damage. It's a nice amount of chip. That might be in range for a Mach Punch.
That Heatran?
From the Breloom, yeah. And
Greninja, do you think Greninja is able to stand a Mach Punch from a Breloom?
I think it's a roll. I think if that's 4 HP Greninja, I think it's a roll. I think there's a percentage there that it will kill. A high percent with the Mach Punch, so that's definitely threatened.
Okay, we are honest, guys. We calculated already.
Yeah, we did, yeah. It's around 83% chance to one hit with the Mach Punch onto the Greninja, but I think they're both probably in range, and then you've got the Kangaskhan threatening with the Sucker Punch. So that play makes complete sense. But then, depending on the speed of this Heatran, it could get spored if the Breloom's faster than it.
Well, you play a Heatran slower than a Breloom.
Well, the modest variation is... but Billa goes for the low kick. The Heatran survives.
Going to double up? No.
Heatran is faster, so that's it's a timid Heatran.
That Breloom probably wears a Focus Sash. Yeah, here we go.
Sashed.
You see the Focus Sash. Typical item on Breloom.
And it spores into the Landorus. Great play.
And Billa brought himself into a really good position. That Heatran is going to get KO'd by any attack from...
So Billa can freely double edge into that slot, knowing that the Greninja's in the back. And that the double edge is going to take -2, but it's still going to do a good amount of damage. And he can Bullet Seed or into the Landorus slot here. So Billa's in quite a dominating position at the minute.
He can make the safe plays right now.
Yeah.
He does not have to risk anything at all right now. And Matteo is trying to bring himself back, and we see Heatran going down to the double edge from Kangaskhan, and we see probably a Bullet Seed from Breloom into that Landorus Therian slot.
And the Landorus takes a guaranteed sleep turn.
Here we come, the Bullet Seed. Let's see how often it will trigger. If we see 5 turns, he would really do a good amount of damage. Hit 3 times.
It's a nice amount of damage, though. It's got a chance, because it's 1 in 3
yeah.
chance of it waking up next turn.
But it's in a 5-hit KO range now, right?
Yeah,
and
definitely. Barris may want to get the Kang, depending on what Matteo brings in, off the field. It's on -2 now. It's had 2 intimidates. So it's not doing as much damage as it
Matteo
can
brought
do.
the Charizard, as you predicted.
And he's brought the Charizard. So this is actually... We know the Kangaskhan, if it's modest Charizard, the Kang's faster, but it's not doing any damage now.
Yeah.
And it's threatening both of Barris's Pokemon. The Breloom will be slower than it. So it's going to be interesting. I think the Rotom Heat here is a great switch in for Barris if he's brought it.
I assume he got Protect on his Breloom to protect it this turn. But Matteo got a pretty good position right now with that Charizard, potentially firing off a spread attack like Heat Wave.
Yeah, and that's a problem. If Barris switches out one of these Pokemon to bring it back in later, he's going to have the problem if he needs to switch the Breloom out next turn. If he protects, he's going to have to bring something in to take a Heat Wave in the sun. So we see Matteo here.
And he stays in with that and tries to KO the Landorus.
And that's definitely in Sucker Punch range now. And I think that's a great play, because what Barris can do now is Sucker Punch into the Landorus, feint it, and he can just sack both of his Pokemon, bring in, hopefully what he's got is the Landorus T, which is Scarfed, which threatens the Charizard, and possibly... Have we seen Barris's 4th Pokemon?
Not yet. And I'm still wondering why Matteo, again, did not Mega Evolve his Charizard.
Yeah, turn 1. I guess to keep this... my only guess would be is to...
Maybe he
keep
likes
the Sun Falana.
Charizard. I don't think Matteo or Billa are that nervous. They are both very experienced players. They are used to play a top cut. They played at Worlds.
Here comes the Greninja.
Here we go.
So the Sucker Punch. Oh, and Billa switches out to the Rotom. So he has brought the Rotom Heat, which is great, because we know that Greninja doesn't have Scald.
Yeah.
And it's got Gunk Shot.
Gunk Shot will do a good amount of damage.
Yeah, do a good amount of damage. And with the chip damage that Heat Wave and Overheat can do to it as well, it can wear it down. But we know the Kangaskhan is faster, and he doesn't go for the Sucker Punch. He just goes straight for the Double Edge into the Greninja.
Doing a really good amount of damage to the Greninja. Only
massive amount. And yeah,
I think
that was a great play, because he's free now to bring in the Landorus.
Yeah.
And he can just Rock Slide and win.
That's a really good position for Billa right now. That Greninja just got 3 attacks left from Life Orb, and he will feint to a Rock Slide probably.
Yeah.
So does Charizard.
I think the one thing that Barris has to be aware of is the Landorus T from Matteo's side is still in the back, and it'll be a question of how bulky is that Charizard, and if he switches in the Landorus T to sack it, will the intimidated -1 Rock Slide take down the Charizard?
A lot of Pokemon trainers train their Charizard to stand a Rock Slide after an Intimidate shuffle.
Yeah, but I guess he's still got the Rotom H on the field as well. So I mean, the Rock Slide and the T-Ball into that slot,
will take it down probably.
It's game, yeah. I think that the one thing that Matty's counting on now is a Rock Slide miss on the Greninja and an Ice Beam into that slot. But if that happens, it's not. So
he's maybe going to protect the Charizard.
Yeah.
It's nice to see a Greninja doing that well in a tournament. I've never expected Greninja to come into top 8.
No, I've never seen it as high, I don't think, in a cut before. So it's nice to see. And it's such an obscure set as well, with the Gunk Shot, the low kick, and the Ice Beam. And there we see the Rock Slide come off. And the Charizard does survive. So the Landorus here could go down, But like I say, I think, oh,
this
big
was
miss.
huge. This was huge
Yeah.
for Billa.
I still don't think that mattered too much. If it did hit, the Landers goes down. But then T-Ball takes that out. He's got Kang in the back to come in, fake out, and Sucker Punch. It's in Sucker Punch range. And he's still got pretty much full health.
And Greninja, the only Pokemon left on Matteo's side. And Billa still got a healthy Landorus, a healthy Rotom Heat. Those two are going to take this match to Billa probably. Moving on into top four.
Wow, I know. And I think Barris just played the match just steady, safe, and just did the job.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he's done all season.
And Greninja goes down, and here we see Billa Barish moves on into top four. He's such a consistent player. He lost the first game, though, getting some really good information.
Yeah.
That's the thing about best of 3 matches. You've played a lot, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. A few. But
a few.
Yeah.
I watched your games at Worlds last year on the big screen.
Yeah, I played Barris.
You played Barris on the big screen.
Yeah, that was
a really cool match.
And that was a tough match. But I think he's just showed why he's so consistent and what a great player he is. But fair credit to Matty. I mean, he came out all guns blazing game 1, made great plays, took game 1. But I think the information that he was giving away in that game was just enough for Barris to kind of set up a game plan and just do what he needs to do. He didn't need to make any... There was no risky plays needed to be made there. And I mean, he just...
Really good match. Really good match on Matteo's side as well. And we are going to see Billa later on. Timetable for now. Coming up next is the top 4 from the top 4 Masters trading card game. Lee, thank you for commentating with me.
Thank you, my man.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was great. I just hope I didn't waffle too much. And this is my first time commentating. So, yeah, it's been really great and privileged to come and do it with you, man. And on such a great match as well.
Oh,
so
yeah, we saw a really good match.
Yeah.
Next time on screen, we are going to see Marcus Stada, last year's national champion, also known as Yoshi, commentating alongside me. And now we are going to see the top 4 Masters match of the trading card game. See you later, guys. Stay tuned. Watch out.
See you guys. Bye.